I think, hey, you know what though?
Of the devil himself
I think we need
and his
to
demons
do some of
over
those,
half
bro.
a decade.
Just use our cell phones, and then like drop them into a music editing program, and then fucking just put little whispers on there.
Yeah. You ugly as hell. You adopted.
Oh shit.
Your parents found your ass in a dumpster. And they didn't even want to adopt your ass at first. But they got a discount.
Yo,
It was undeniable. They couldn't pass up on a deal.
now, quit breathing on the mic so heavy, you breathing. Bitch.
I can't remember if it was this one. There was one of them where like you see like a rod, the old school rods, you know,
Yeah. I wonder,
kind of thing.
I wish we could find some of those old.
Yeah, are rods still a thing? Let's look into that.
Yeah. Let's see.
Paranormal rods. It's all
I'm
fucking
kinda-
ghost windmilling and shit.
Like, I'm kind of afraid to see what's gonna bring up.
Yeah. Yeah, classic rods, bro.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah,
Skyfish.
Skyfish. That's what they're calling. That's what they're calling them now. Classic rods, bro.
In my last video,
Ball
we
lightning.
talked a little bit about energy orbs and how experts say that you can't see these energy orbs with your own eyes, but cameras can. And this reminded me of an old paranormal mystery known as
there's
rods
no
or
footage of
air
it.
rods. It is believed by the paranormal community that these air rods are either living creatures, atmospherical beasts, or some sort of non-living anomaly such as energy. And whatever they are, you can't see them, but cameras can detect them, just like the energy orbs. Now this all started in 1994 when a man named Jose,
Goddamn.
who was a professional film producer and
I didn't know they
editor,
went back that
saw a
far.
strange image on one of his
Right.
photographs. He said at first he thought they were just insects flying across the camera, but as time went by he kept seeing them and he wasn't 100% sure what they were, so he started to investigate. And after a lot of research and analyzing, he believed that these were some unknown creatures still unknown to science.
They're also known as ghost penises.
Yeah, ghost erections.
Ghost directions.
He stated that these rods, which he named, had a cylinder body, multiple sets of wings, moved super fast, and could grow or be up to 6 feet long, maybe
Fairies.
even longer. And not too long after he came forward with his findings, this theory that there could be 6-foot-long insects flying all over the place and we can't see them, well, it really took off. Some believed Jose, but most thought that his idea was crazy and that these were nothing more than bugs.
Dude, if there was 6-foot long fucking insects that you couldn't see, I imagine you'd still feel them. Like they'd still fucking.
Yeah, they move air.
Yeah, you would.
They move air. They bump into you.
You'd feel them for sure.
Oh yeah, they violate you.
Drag it across your face.
Yeah.
Bro,
Why does it smell like fish all of a sudden?
Like, bro, I could swear a ghost dick
They
just
hit you
flapped
with
my
what that
nose.
smell like.
Bugs or insects. One professor stated that cameras are capable of producing artifacts, something in the picture that was never really there. And this professor did a lot of his own testing, and he did capture things that kind of look like rods. And he believed that he had debunked this theory, and so did everybody else.
I'm sure he did.
Even when you look
Shimmer
at Wikipedia's page today, sadly where most people go looking for the truth, it says that these rods are nothing more than an optical illusion. Now, I'm not saying that these rods are real. It could indeed be some sort of optical illusion, or what the professionals call artifacts, but here's where things get really interesting. Jose, who sadly died not too long ago, looked at these pictures back in the 90s that this professor took, and he knew right away that these were not rods. He stated that rods,
I make shirts
just like
that say,
any other
"Look at
bug
my
or
rod."
insect, these were not rods.
Did you see his hat?
Yeah, it's all sperm.
That's exactly, yeah. It's like, bro, that's a nut.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of want the nut rod hat.
Right. So I'll look at my rod.
Yeah. So I got a little jism on there.
Yeah.
He stated that rods, just like any other bug or insect, has their own footprint, their own flight path. You can easily tell if it's a moth or a bird or an airplane. And a rod is a rod. And to me, that makes a heck of a lot of sense, especially if we're talking about video
That is a
footage.
bug.
And these
Yeah,
rods are captured
definitely.
all the time in pictures and on tape.
That is
and
just
they have
bug
even
and
been
the frame
seen in
rate.
space
Yep.
and underwater. Now, for the sake of argument, let's just say that these rods, these 6-foot-long insect-looking things,
like this one just looks like a damn moth. Like
That's because that's fucking probably what it is, but the frame rate, that's why it's like it's got tracers.
Because it's going so fast.
It's like, yeah, when you're really high on LSD or any other fucking hallucinogen, the frame rate in your eyes and brains, same shit, but on a camera.
Yeah, more or less.
And they are underwater, they're in space, just all around us all the time, and you can't even see them with your own eyes. Well then, what could they possibly be? My favorite and most extreme theory is that these are not living things at all. They are tiny alien drones that are watching and recording everything we and all living things on Earth do. There are many examples in movies where people from the CIA...
That is a dramatic explanation.
Yeah,
right? Go from fucking...
Right to the extreme.
Like ghost insects to fucking drones. Like alien drones. Not just drones.
Yeah,
like they're fucking alien drones,
yeah,
y'all.
straight to the extreme.
I believe no.
Don't even lube us up.
I believe no. Q-birth. It's all part of it.
Yeah, it is. Birds aren't real.
It's all part of the illusion.
They're rods.
They're rods. Alien drones.
Yep.
Shit. They're alien drones, not ghost penises. I gotta fucking remember that.
Yeah.
Ain't no ghost dick. Right
Not everything's a ghost dick, man. That'd be hilarious. They're all skeptics about ghost dick, but when it comes to fucking Q-birth and birds ain't real, they're all in it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Rods, they're all in.
I guess the ghost
like,
dick.
that's where you draw the line as ghost dick. Like you believe everything else. But...
not this one. Nope.
Yeah.
It's like somebody holding down a bee.
There's no real evidence.
It's like they fucking glued half of a bee
to a roach,
and half a cockroach with a chip on his back. Is that a rod?
Or the NSA make a tiny little bug such as a fly that sneaks into our rooms of our enemies and records what they say. So if there are aliens that are highly advanced and they know we exist, I don't think that this theory is that crazy. Religious people always say that God is always watching us. Well, maybe aliens are too. Another theory is that these are atmospherical beasts. They are born in the sky, they can live in space, they don't need Earth to survive, and they possess abilities that we know nothing about. A lot of people believe that atmospherical beasts do exist. I remember watching a documentary a long time ago where astronauts claimed that they saw a creature that looked like a worm just flying in space. And sometimes they would fly really close to the spacecraft windows, and these astronauts really believed that these were living things because of how they moved. But NASA stated that these things that look like worms were nothing more than space debris. But astronauts who have actually seen them with their own eyes disagree with NASA.
So here's the thing. I know what he's talking about. It's one astronaut that claimed that he saw like a snake or a worm floating through space. I would fucking believe that guy. Why not? You're going to risk your entire career. You're going to risk... any credibility that you had by saying you've seen an anomaly out in space, and they're like, oh no, that's a space peanut. You know what I mean? Like, nah, bro, you're totally tripping. Just space debris. I'm like, dude, these guys, they spend a lot of time out there, and imagine you see a lot of shit. I imagine a lot of those people see a lot of crazy shit out there. Now, I'm not going to sit there and say that.
But you don't have the atmosphere to do reflections and bend light in weird ways that we naturally would see. And so, yeah, you probably see a lot of weird shit.
Either that or they're just, it's all in a NASA basement. Q-birth.
Q-birth.
And I might cover this in more detail in a future video if I can uncover more information, because it is mind-blowing. Now today, there are people who hunt rods in hopes of finally catching one, just like how people hunt for Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Jose stated shortly before he died that this phenomenon is real, and for those of you who don't believe in it, well, that's your prerogative. You can believe what you want or disbelieve, but the fact is these things are here. They are doing something here. We don't know what they're doing, but they are doing it.
Oh, I know what they're doing.
Artificially inseminating. Paranormal insemination.
Paranormal. It's like they're trying to get in your butt crack. That's their main purpose.
Those are the incubi that we've been warned about.
Oh, yeah,
Succubi are the female version.
You got the incubus ones.
Yeah, incubus ones are full-on phallus.
How to use dowsing rods.
Yeah, all the...
Goddamn. I'm surprised there's actually videos of it though. To be honest,
Yeah, still around.
I figured.
Notice all the shit that they were referring to was from back in like 2000, 2005.
Yeah, well, shit, that guy found was doing it back in '94.
Yeah.
I think it's actually a good example though. Of it shows you how something like that or the orbs, back then you're getting them on your cameras because the technology is not that good.
Frame rates have gotten way
yep.
better, and you don't see that type of shit anymore. Those artifacts, because the frame rates are way faster and they're closer to what you actually perceive with the human eye. There's still weird artifacts that happen, but not near as bad.
It was like
when there was any movement, you would get blurs and tracers.
Well, you still get stuff like that. That's why I was showing, like on that very first video.
Still not that good.
The first video we did where I was showing you that fucking ghost figure, but every time the light would cut off, the whole fucking thing would disappear and then it'd come back perfectly.
Yeah.
And it's obviously just fucking light bouncing off something, creating an image that isn't there, but they're definitely using it as if something is, which, yeah, I feel like a lot of the videos we watch is definitely a lot of that, especially when they got entities and shit,
camera artifacts,
dust, bugs.
But
I'm still glad they have these. It's kind of a nice
and
throwback.
bats.
Woo, see, this one was like from 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, see, but it looks like they're explaining it right there. Watch. See?
Frame rate.
Doctor Who is describing a process by which video is recorded. In film cameras, it is common knowledge that shutter speed affects the image.
Speed, that's what it
A
is.
slow shutter
frame
speed
rate.
can create blurring or elongated images, as in this example. But when the shutter speed is increased, the blur is reduced or even eliminated. However, in video, the recording process is different. The moving picture is made up of a series of stills or frames. Within each frame, there are two fields, interlaced together to give the video a smooth motion.
Yeah, so at least that one, see, they broke it down.
Yeah, that's exactly what I suspected.
As I see that until you catch a ghost rod in your mouth.
Yeah.
They'd be choking.
You're like, explain that.
I choked on one of them bitches.